Madam Chair, honorable colleagues,
Honorable members, can we listen?
Madam Chair, we have been sitting here from 2 o'clock. Up to now, it is 5 o'clock.
6.
And Madam Chair, I have stood up first and foremost to make 2 clarifications, but also to appreciate the way we have been moving from 2 o'clock up to now, regardless of the challenges. That is Parliament, that is freedom of Parliament, and we are all enjoying, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, we are now moving towards moving a motion so that we can commence on a case-by-case basis handling items which are to be reconsidered. However, I would like, I don't know if Honorable John Baptist Nambeshe is still around. I thank you for the statement that you made. And actually, when you were speaking, a true culture of Parliament manifested itself, of listening to each other. I am just begging that I am also given that courtesy which the Honorable Nambeshe received when he was speaking. But amongst the very many good points that you made, you alluded to the fact that what we are handling now may not be legitimate. And that is a very strong statement because we are all lawmakers here. You actually stated that history will judge us wrong. And you quoted what happened here 19 years ago. Madam Chair, the clarification I would like to make is that what we are handling here is taken care of by the provision of the Constitution. And that is one of the clarifications that I thought I would make. The second one was from the Honorable James Kaberuka, who alluded to the fact that what we are handling here is to appease one person. I thought that was a strong word, especially appease. My view is that what we are handling here is our role and responsibility as members of Parliament. Members of Parliament who were freely elected in the general election. And the correction I would like to make is that members of Parliament, members of Cabinet, members of the judiciary are part of one government, constitutionally. And therefore, I would like us to return to the statement which the Attorney General gave us in the beginning, that the idea to do the blame game while handling this very important bill will not help any of us. I would like to call upon all of us again, Madam Chair, to draw our attention to the strategic and specific reason why we are here. We are all elected because the people saw us fit to come and speak here. We can all speak until cows come back home. But Madam Speaker, I would like to persuade the members of this august House to accept that maybe what we have said is sufficient enough. Because one of the reasons that was highlighted by Semujunganda before he went out is that we are now in a new financial year. And therefore, all arms of government require resources to continue the operations in their different sectors. And therefore, we also need to draw our attention to that direction. And then the issues of the Budget Act, the Public Finance Management Act, in case there are areas that need amendment. That is again our role. The issues of moving in uncoordinated movements, also we have the chance to cure, because we still come to this house together. Members of cabinet come to committees with their policy statements. I have witnessed members of parliament, members of cabinet leaving cabinet to come to the committee of parliament to discuss the policy statement. And that is part of the budgeting process. The members of cabinet receive core circulars from Ministry of Finance, not one, not two, but sometimes even up to the fourth. And they engage, Madam Chair, members of the committees of their respective sectors. So I would like to state once again, Madam Speaker, Madam Chair, that let's accept to move as one family and correct the errors which were raised, and look in the direction of owning this challenge, this responsibility which His Excellency the President has returned to us, and then we move so that Madam Chair.
Yes. Honorable members, let's listen.
Madam Chair, finally, I know that I respect the Member of Parliament who raised the issue of who is that who is misguiding the President to write such a letter. A senior member said, who is that who is guiding His Excellency, who is misguiding His Excellency the President to say that Parliament is corrupt? So, Madam Chair, I think that the Office of the President has so many channels of communicating with the whole of Uganda, including communicating to Parliament itself and all of us. I didn't want us to leave that open, because it would look that we have some suspects who are misleading His Excellency the President. And if, Madam Chair,
Yes.
if there is anyone who is known, by members of this august House for having that habit of misguiding or misleading His Excellency the President, I think that this is not a correct forum to discuss that. I would pledge, Madam Chair, that if there is that case, we can have a conversation after the House, and then we see how to cure that. But I know for a fact that His Excellency the President cannot be misguided and cannot be misled. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable members, I put a